Salam. Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh, and a very good afternoon maybe to all of you. Alright, as for tonight, we will not be having any live classes, so I'll be preparing a pre-recorded lecture for all of you. So this is the final topic of the semester, which is chapter 12, communication in families. Alright, diversity in family life, kepelbagaian dalam kehidupan berkeluarga. So we have diverse form of families, alright. So as for us, normally in Eastern culture, alright, in our culture itself, alright, family is formed with the bonding of marriage, alright. Sometimes, alright, in the Western culture, alright, usually not in the Eastern culture, but some Easterners they also practice this, right? They also practice cohabitation, right? Which means that couples who cannot marry or choose not to be married, right? And why? Because some of them are, of course, heterosexual. Or heterosexual means they are sexually attracted to people to the opposite sex, all right? Man to woman and woman to man, of course, all right? And also gay or lesbian kind of cohabitation, all right? Some couples who are gay or lesbians, all right? They also practices cohabitation in terms of living together and adopting children so that they can call themselves a family, all right. So diverse goals of family, of course, in family we the goals of having a family is to produce offspring or children or kids, all right, and then to forge political alliance, sorry, link families and seal property transaction. Usually during the middle age, Putri Negeri Johor get married to Putri Negeri Kedah, for example. So that one they get married to Putri, sorry, get married to the prince, alright, atau putra of Negeri Kedah, and they forge political alliance, alright. In this particular way, they will link families and also seal property transaction, alright. But nowadays, most of the families are uh, being formed due to the fact that we are in love and also need companionship. Therefore, we're going to get married and also in the end produce offspring or children of our own. All right. Cultural diversity of family forms. Sometimes we have arranged marriage. All right. We also have mixed marriage. All right. What I'm experiencing right now, my wife is a Chinese. All right, converted Chinese. We also have polygamy. All right. Usually in some culture, in some religion, especially in Islam, all right, they allow polygamy. All right. And then child marriage, married as young as 6, but not living with the spouse until later. All right. This is still practiced in some part of the world, especially if I'm not mistaken, in Pakistan, in Afghanistan, all right, places which are still practicing, child marriage for the sake of linking or relating the family since the early days, all right. So they don't want their children to get married to others when they grown up. So just marry them at the age of 5 or 6, all right, and then this one will continue until they reach puberty and also they know what's the meaning of marriage is. Okay, so this is Mary and Fitzpatrick relationship types. All right, so we have three: traditional, which means that we are highly interdependent and emotionally expressive. All right, conventional view of marriage and always engaged in conflict. So in a traditional family, we are interdependent to each other, especially, all right, sometimes the wife will be very dependent on the husband, of course, all right, and then we will be very emotionally expressive, all right, and we will see marriage in a very conventional way, and sometimes we do engage in conflict because we are having contradict opinion, okay, pendapat ataupun perasaan kita ni bercanggah dengan pasangan kita, alright. Independent family whereby autonomy is moderately high, have fewer common interests and also activities, alright. So in an independent family, autonomy is still high, okay, kuasa autonomi tu masih agak tinggi, whereby usually you will have the final say or the final decision given by the leader of the family, which is the husband or the man, okay. But then sometimes you don't have much things in common with your partner, okay, tak setengah benda yang kita minat tu pasangan kita pun minat juga, alright. And then a separate form of family whereby this one is highly autonomous and share less emotion, all right, in order to avoid conflict, okay. This kind of family means that whatever you do, okay, you are not to say on your own, but you are responsible of your action, right. There's no more telling your husband or telling your wife where you are going, as long as you are not doing bad things behind them. All right, and there will be less emotional exchange. All right, in order to avoid conflict, kita takkan beremosi sangat in this kind of relationship because we don't want conflict to occur or to happen. All right, communication and satisfaction in long-term commitments. All right, usually we will play or we will linger around with our words. All right, because words give a huge impact in a relationship. So how partners talk and behave towards each other influences partners' self-esteem and feeling about the relationship. Okay, take for example, if we are always having a very bad temper, all right, and release the temper to our uh, kids, to our wife. Imagine if somebody is also mad at us, all right, what we will feel, apa kita akan rasa dalam this kind of harsh words being given or being delivered to us, right? And then in terms of our talks, I will refer to how partners think about each other and also the marriage. And in terms of emotion, how we feel based on what we say to others and what we communicate to ourselves through self-talk. So almost the same as words, the example of words that I've given just now, okay? So before you say something to your partners or to your family members, imagine as if you are saying that to yourself, what will you feel? Kalau tiba-tiba kita rasa nak condemn baju wife kita hari ni, just imagine kalau wife kita condemn baju kita, apa perasaan kita? So that is what we call self-talking. Okay. Patterns of communication in family, alright, conversation orientation, alright, how open or close communication is in a family, alright, and how members feel free to openly express their thoughts and feeling about a range of topics, including ones that are personal or private. Alright, so the orientation of our communication in family depends on how open and also how close we are. Alright, sometimes how are we willing to share personal or private information or private kind of aspects of our life. Right, conformity orientation, meaning that family members are expected to adhere to a family hierarchy and confirm in belief. Alright, so meaning that kita masih lagi perlu mendapatkan confirmation, persetujuan ataupun bertanya family member kita in terms of when we want to do things, when we are deciding on things, when we are making big decisions in our life. Okay, consensual, high conversational orientation and high conformity orientation. Alright, meaning that akan ada banyak perbincangan dan akan perlu ada banyak persetujuan. Alright, persetujuan di dalam every decision that we are making in this family. Pluralistic, high conversational and low conformity. Still akan ada banyak perbincangan, alright, but then okay, susah untuk mencapai kata sepakat ataupun mencapai persetujuan. There will be less conformity or low conformity in this kind of patterns of communication. Protective, low conversation, high conformity. Okay, alright, maknanya takkan ada banyak perbincangan, takkan ada cakap apa-apa, tapi decision making is always there. Alright, for example, your dad will always decide, your mom will always decide what will you have to wear. Macam kita kecil-kecil kan, mak yang tentukan pakaian kita, ayah yang tentukan kita kawan dengan siapa. For example, maybe for now family masih tentukan the kind of partners, the kind of um, girl or man that you can be with for the rest of your life, for example. Alright, and this one is called laissez-faire. Right, this is from French. A French word laissez-faire, if I'm not mistaken, the way we pronounce it. Alright, which means that let do or allow somebody to do in French. Alright, so it means that we have low conversation and low conformity. Tak banyak berbincang, tak banyak persetujuan. Alright, apa saja kita decide on our own. We are responsible on our own decision and our own, risk taking. Okay. The family life cycle, alright, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, alright, explain over here. Stage 1, we have establishing a family, alright, we have young couples without children. Stage 2, we will go into enlarging our family, which means that family with infants or preschoolers, right? Stage 3, developing a family, families with children in elementary or high school, okay? Stage 4, we will encourage independence, meaning that we have a family with adolescents who are developing their own interests, activities, and also social circle. At stage 5, we are launching our children into the world. Alright, we are family who are launching children into the real world. Okay, habis sekolah masuk habis you, alright, going into the real working life, for example. Post launching of children, couples after all children have left home and the couple is once again the primary unit. Alright, bila anak-anak dah besar, anak-anak dah ada career life sendiri, alright, they will be leaving home, alright, and we and our partner is again a primary unit in that particular family or in that particular house. Okay, and then stage 7, retirement, whereby we will be a couple when full-time work is no longer a part of life. Kita akan pencen full time, just enjoying life, makan duit pencen, macam tu lah. Alright, so that is retirement stage. Social media and family communication. So social media can help to increase level of interaction between family members, all right, and it will also increase opportunity to stay in touch with family and friends, increase opportunity for parents to track their children. Anak-anak dah keluar kan, sekarang ni dah bekerja duduk mana, we can always track the movement of our children through social media, all right. Increase contact when children leave home, and also increase social support beyond family and friends. Okay, so guidelines for effective communication in families: always maintain equity in family relationship, meaning to say that we need to be very fair, right, based on the perception that both people invest equally in a relationship and benefit similarly from their investment, right? So in terms of social exchange theory, all right, social exchange theory states that people apply economic principle to evaluate their relationship. So they conduct a cost benefit analysis. Perhaps a relationship costs you time, effort, and also money, kan? But then the reward that you want is, you want the element to come from being in a relationship. You want to value the companionship, the support, and also the affection that comes from a relationship. Alright, and from the perspective of equity theory, alright, fairness, right, which is based on the perception that both people, alright, kedua-duanya will invest equally in a relationship and benefit similarly from their investment. Okay, so the keyword over here is equality, all right, and also fairness. Okay, so make daily choices that enhance intimacy. Alright, selalu mengamalkan perkara-perkara yang boleh merapatkan lagi perhubungan ahli keluarga. Show respect and consideration and do not sweat the small stuff. Janganlah RM10 pun nak fikir, something like that lah, small stuff. Okay, all right, thank you very much. Okay, so for next week, we will not be having any more lectures, all right, but we will be having our final assignment, which is the final term test. Okay, kita akan ada test next week, all right, but then the test will be conducted, saya akan tanya dalam group nanti, all right, would you want it to be conducted on Thursday or you want it to be conducted on weekends, whereby I will open the test for 24 hours, but you will have only 3 hours to answer, meaning that saya akan buka test, for example, katalah start malam ni pukul 12, okay, sampailah malam esok pukul 12, so you choose lah, okay, test tu 2 jam saja, you choose lah, pukul apa nak buat, pukul 10 buat, okay, buat pukul 10, start je pukul 10, pukul 12 dah kena submit lah, alright, so that's the trick in doing your test, okay, and saya akan inform lah chapter apa yang masuk dalam that particular test. Okay, don't forget to finish up your assignment and submit your assignment as well, ramai lagi yang tak hantar. Okay, so the final submission will be by the end of this weekend. Okay, tolong hantar by weekend ni. Okay, alright, thank you very much. Assalamualaikum and very good day. Bye bye, thank you.